it kind of helped them advance. I mean, do you think this was a conspiracy?
Gotta go with Jacob Butter. Gotta go lefty.
No, we're talking about the players. That's tournament champion into the podcast.
There he is, right there.
Oh, he doesn't even know how to watch. Go to youtube.com and search Down Lane Podcast. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are streaming live from the lab at Town & Country Lanes. I'm your host, Kyle Haines. Did I say this is Down Lane Podcast? I don't think I did.
And I am the assistant to the host, Austin VanBuren.
This is Down Lane Podcast. And with me is the assistant to the host, Anthony Scaccia.
Austin VanBuren.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. You would think we'd get this straight after 50
Well, it's more you. You're the only one
episodes.
talking.
Yeah, I know. Tonight, we are going to be talking about a couple of things, but mainly how we are stacking up the players in the PBA 2023 season. Last week, if you tuned in, we got through 25 through 15 in the top 25. This week, we are finishing the list. We are going to go through 1 through 14, starting off with 14 and making our way to number 1. So if you guys want to chime in, let us know what you guys think. If we are doing it right, where you guys would put the players in 1 through 14.
I should use the pencil.
You inked them in, huh?
Yeah.
I did.
I got a lot of scribbles.
I did too.
So last week, I just kind of do, what I do. Show up. You're like, hey, we're doing this tonight. I'm like, all right. I looked a little bit about stats. I'm just firing from the hip, right? And I look at it and I'm like, whoa, what was I thinking? So
am I the only one that was confident?
I mean, I am for sure confident in some of these guys, but I didn't make my way up the list. And now I'm like, well, I put some guys in there that, and I'm like, well, I'm running out of spaces. So I just
then you get
up.
to the top 10, you're like, uh-oh.
Oh, no, my top 10 was good. I only had to flip-flop one guy. I only flip-flopped 2 guys. When I got the 14 to 12, I've noticed I forgot some people.
Yeah.
So sorry if you're not on my list. I'm sure
you're going to be sorry.
I'm sure you will.
Let them know in his DMs.
Yeah, I'm sure you will sleep just as well as you did last night.
They'll be fine.
And I mean, sorry. Yeah.
All right, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. If you can't watch on YouTube, you can always download and listen on your favorite podcast outlet.
Any outlet that Kyle puts us on. I have this weird thing tonight, guys. Can't see my mouth move. It's like I'm Darth Vader.
No, it's like you're Wilson from what's that show?
The volleyball?
No, not that Wilson. The Home Improvement. Yeah, the Home Improvement Wilson.
Yeah.
You guys can't no longer see me.
You just see his forehead.
How can I help you, Tim?
Anyway, so Anthony
had some life advice.
He did, yeah, but Anthony doesn't.
I'm pretty useless.
How was your week this week?
It's a great week.
Yeah.
Came in second on the sweeper to Kyle.
Hey,
on 45 feet. Great bowling last night. I had him going in the last game, made a ball change, was probably the wrong
Had me
move.
by 7 sticks or something like that.
You guys screwed this all up. You didn't pull it far enough out.
You're fine. You're fine. Relax. No, I just let it go.
Listen, Kyle. I have to be comfortable in my own skin. I bowled pretty all right for the first 207, 208 on 45 feet of the 2022 World Games. So that's kind of what I'm judging my performance for this weekend off of. And it wasn't bad. Execution was pretty good. Just got to clean up a few things. Spares were good. Whichever was like, oh, Anthony, you're making it better. Really, I had 2 opens last night and they were both splits. So I'm fine.
I think I had the same exact thing. I think my only 2 holes were big splits.
Everything else was basically 9 spare. I think I left like 7 count there. So I was around the pocket, just maybe wrong ball here and there, but definitely learned a few things. Bowling on 43 feet at the East Providence Regional this weekend. So it was a good test for me to kind of see what's going on. I know the patterns aren't the same, but for me, long patterns as a lefty, I struggle. So I've got some different balls with some new layouts I drilled up in July for these upcoming regionals, and they ended up rolling way better than the other stuff. So really happy, a little optimistic. As you can tell, I got all my balls over here. I got them fixed up. I'm going to condense, obviously, because some balls are going to make the trip, but I had to fix them out because I still have that injured finger. So we'll see. Week was all right. Bowled pretty good yesterday. Kyle beat me, and Austin was sleeping.
As per every Wednesday.
Sick.
That's right.
Sleeping sick, same
sick,
sound.
Yeah. I had the had a good look last night.
We were the only two to shoot 600.
That's right.
I had 602 and you had 640 something.
No, I shot 652.
Whatever.
You're welcome.
Rub it in.
650 Wednesdays. That's what I am. 650 Wednesdays. But I mean, not the beginning of the season, but
my average dropped like 220.
But yeah, I had a pretty good look. I started with the phase 2, which seems to be basically my go-to on a longer pattern. Start with
go-to on anything you bowl on.
Not anything, but yeah, it's a good ball. But and then excuse me. Then once the lane started to change, I was kind of flip-flopping around. I needed to find the right reaction. I tried what's that new one? Oh, the Paragon Hybrid. But
ever since you went back to your old game, it doesn't come around the corner.
Yeah, but that thing just did not want to make the corner. So I was standing over my bags last night, and I'm like hemming and hawing, and you're like, just try the Zing Pearl, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I just wasn't sure if it was going to make the corner, so I pulled it out, and
Do you remember what I said to you after that? You were literally looking like, what do I go to? And I was like,
I did not say what do I go to. I was just hemming and hawing.
Okay, but you were like thinking, like you were saying to me, like, what do I go to? Like you were in your head, I could see that's what you were thinking. And I was like, dude, just go to the Zing Pearl. And you're like, but it's Pearl. And I was like, yeah, your hybrid's too rolly. You need something that's a little cleaner because
I was just worried that it was going to end up going too long because the lanes weren't transitioning as fast as I needed them to for the ball to make the corner. I was just thinking it was not going to flip. Anyway, go ahead.
Did it flip?
Your story. So after leaving like 3 10 pins in a row with
let him win.
Okay. After leaving like 3 10 pins in a row with the hybrid,
which never got around the corner because it was a little too early.
Yeah.
And then I said, hey, Pearl responds quicker to friction.
Yeah.
He needs that extra little.
Yeah.
And
what happened? It struck immediately.
You had to have about 240 last game?
245. Well, that was in the second game.
So I really wanted to screw you because I said, throw a freaking throw your quantum.
I think I had 7 straight frames of spares. Almost shot a spare game, all spare game. But
yeah, I did see that.
I think I had I ended with a 200 even after like a double, and then that was because I switched to the Zing Pearl, and then which is still an asymmetric because it just gives a more steady roll. And then, but it responds to the friction faster.
Yeah, so Kyle only uses like 6-inch pins.
and then it just started to work really, really good in the third game.
Yeah, I used the 3D offset, the original. I should say the remake.
Yeah,
the new purple one.
Right.
I used that. I used the pin down because my pinups, and I noticed it prior. Stronger balls always kind of roll a little forward for me on that stuff, and I always thought, maybe I don't have enough surface. Maybe I'm drilling too strong. Turns out I was drilling a little too strong. I actually use a lower drill angle on my pin down stuff, but I use a little bit of a longer pin to PAP, and I use a longer VAL, obviously, because it's pinned down. So what it does is I feel like it retains the energy a little bit better. They actually opens up the lane for me. I know they don't technically flare as much because the weight's in the palm, but because they don't roll so early and forward, I'm able to get the ball to kind of come off the spot pretty well. You bowled next to me. I thought there were some shots where the ball came off the spot really well. And then I went to my Quantum Evo Pearl. It rolled good. It was just a little too clean. But it looks like we got kind of like a game plan on long now, which is good. So going into this week, I'm assuming there's more friction in the building because we got new lanes last year. So we probably don't have as much friction. And they are a little older, I think, out there in East Providence. So I'm sure there'll be a little bit more friction, so that might play into my favor, but we'll see. Purple reactive all day long.
Obviously.
Yeah, I moved in with it, and it rolled great.
Yeah.
You said yours didn't roll.
I tried it,
like
and
stupid.
It just was too smooth. It didn't have enough by the time it got there.
Yeah, I think I did leave some 7s with my original Verge and that ball because they just seemed to be a little too early. But then once I moved in and caught some fresh head oil, it actually hooked even more. Well, I shouldn't say it hooked more. It rolled harder down lane.
Right.
And it actually changed the way I had to play, which made it strike a little bit better because I think the entry angle was better. Head ball had energy. So I'm pretty excited because I've got some different stuff I can use now that I think might roll a little bit better for me this weekend. We'll see what happens.
So Sunday, we had our second
tournament
club event. We had 28, I think, players.
39 feet down Carter. Yep. Played a little bit tighter than we thought it was going to play.
Yeah.
I noticed it on the practice day. Everyone's like, "Whoa, there's a lot of oil out there." I was like, "Guys, there's not as much oil as there's about relatively the same, if I remember, as the other pattern we bowled on. I just feel like it was a little shorter, so it's a little more loaded up, and then the reverse buffer drops right on top of the back of the pattern. So typically for me, when that happens, it does always play tighter. I don't know about you, but when I notice that, that's typically a urethane pattern for me, because I can sand it to like 500 and get it to roll up. This event, it wasn't. I only got to bowl 2 games, but we won't get into that. But I threw the purple hammer the game 2. I shot like 100, and I think I shot 170 game 1 with my attitude control. I had a good look. I don't think I executed the shots very well. I was trying to be a little too perfect. They played pretty tight. And then once I went to that purple reactive, the whole world opened up. I didn't have to try so hard. I got some motion down lane, but I didn't have that typical resin look. And I think I had
about 170 or 180 in the eighth or something.
I had 187 in the 8th.
Yeah.
And I was bowling really well. I had a good look. But I had to stop bowling due to some unforeseen circumstances of me having to work.
That's right.
So I didn't get to bowl the rest of the time. But I am sitting next to the champion.
Awesome.
Kyle Haines. Take us through it.
Champion for lowest spot. Is that-
No.
Yeah. So, I mean, what I told people is I just bowled enough. Like, I didn't bowl stupendously.
I think our high qualifier was 818 for people getting an idea.
I can't remember exactly what I shot for 4. It was only like 810 or something.
Yeah.
I think I was 10 over.
The scores are pretty tight. I think what was our cut? -9
for the first division. Yeah.
For our division, it was like -9 or something
like that.
Oh, -1. And then our division 2 was -109.
Yeah.
A lot of guys had opportunities there, so it's pretty cool. Our divisions are still working out really well.
Yep.
A lot of people are hanging around their cuts. But take us through what you did that day, Kyle. 39 feet.
Geez, what the heck did I did try purple in practice. I did not come to the practice day. We had stuff to do that day, so
turkey bingo.
That's one of the things. But yeah, so I tried purple in practice. It was too lazy. It wouldn't make the corner to carry the back row, so I put that away. And then I used the reactive, and I had to get rid of that, right? And then I used the reactive, and that seemed to work pretty well. But I was just hovering around 200 most of the day, 190, 200. What did I switch to? I can't remember the balls I switched to throughout the day, but I did end.
Austin knows.
You do?
He leaned in. Then
were you right there? I don't remember.
All I saw was game 2. You went to that silver ball and you threw the rest of it.
I did. I did switch to. I did definitely switch to the UC3. And then, but I did not throw it the rest of the day because when I got into finals, Zing Pearl.
There was a silver pearl ball you're throwing. Is that the
Yeah, that's UC3. Yep.
Fake-a-thane.
But it works because it gives that steady look mid lane where you need it to like roll up just enough, and then
it doesn't roll as early as that urethane.
Right, but it
It's kind of like a nice blend.
Yeah, it's like the perfect mixture of like rolling
Does
early.
that mean you're gonna get
then,
a Zenu?
No. But so anyway, that worked really good, and then but then in the finals I switched to the Zing Pearl, and that worked really good.
Zing seems to be growing on you.
Yeah, it's worked really well the last few times.
Starting to come out of the bag a little bit more.
A lot more.
Paragon Hybrid, when we drilled it for when you were throwing the other way, was much different than it is now. It's pretty rolly now for you.
Well, last night it was, but when I did try it Sunday,
okay,
and it just immediately took a left turn because we're on 39 feet, 6 feet shorter. So it just was way too snappy.
Right.
So there's a lot of difference between a shorter pattern and a longer pattern. For even though it's a hybrid, it just was way snappier than I needed it to be. That's why I did try it. Now that I'm remembering, I did try that. I think I can't remember if I tried the Zen. But then I eventually got to the UC3, and that worked great because it just blends the lane out and it still reacts in the back end.
Any thoughts, Austin? On your day?
I was gonna say on Kyle throwing the UC3, yeah, he had the whole lane.
Wow.
He struck no matter where he touched the pocket with that ball.
It does work good, man. It works good.
Ball worked good.
No, I couldn't get my ball speed low enough to get the read I was looking for.
It was a tough shot.
I was pushing the ball
Yes, it
reaction
was.
too far down the lane.
Yeah.
So I was relying more so on accuracy than actually letting the ball
Accuracy and
get
a
through.
lot of back end.
Like I said, I just bowled enough, and I qualified second, right? So I just bowled enough to make it there, but I just hovered. Like I didn't jump. I didn't like throw any big scores until my first match in match play where I shot 245. But like in the beginning, I think Tom Anderson and Art Hoffman, they both shot like 230s a couple one
Yeah,
or two
they had
games.
a few in there. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they were
Yeah.
up there. They were plus 30, plus 40 or something.
Right.
And then everybody came down to where we were all at the cut, which was right around even. And that's how hard the pattern played was that, it just was a grind kind of pattern.
I thought last night was also pretty difficult.
It was harder than I thought it was going to play.
I shouldn't say difficult because I don't think patterns are difficult. They definitely challenge you.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to play them right, but
Mhm.
I felt like it was more of a challenge than any long one that we've had so far. And then on Sunday, it was all like because it was kind of different. It was like a shorter pattern, but they played like they were 3 or 4 feet longer, honestly, because they played really tight in the middle. At the back of the pattern, I didn't see the ball read the pattern really that well. And if you had a lot of hand, you kind of had to play it just right, honestly. Because I watched Austin a little bit myself, having a little bit of a higher rev rate, because you could kind of push the ball too far down lane. And then last night on 45 feet, I mean, it wasn't difficult. I don't think either were difficult, but they were definitely challenging where you really had to make sure that you were paying attention and you had the right surface and ball in your hand to kind of make happen what you were looking for. And I think that it was really, you had to have the right ball motion. You couldn't get away with anything. Like there's been a few nights where I think we've had a little bit easier challenges where there's a little bit more area, the bowling balls, you're able to get something that's close and you can strike more. But on these two particular ones, scoring pace has been really low.
Yeah.
I feel like, those are the ones that we should keep around. We've got a long and now a medium where urethane really isn't in play on that Don Carter. It could be.
It was interesting. It could be if you're really good at it.
Yeah, like we had our buddy Nick. We talk about him sometimes. He threw purple, and like he would start with the first 4 or 5 every time, right? And then the shot went away.
Yeah.
And then even I love urethane, so like everybody knows. I know everybody knows. I say it all the time, but I use my attitude control in purple, and just after the first game, I knew that it wasn't right. So that's where the purple reactive came into play. So it's good to have that because you can kind of trick some guys into saying, yeah, it's 39 feet, come and bowl on it. And then urethane doesn't work, and then they've got to kind of figure out how to play them, even though you don't want to trick people. And then 45 feet last night, you could throw a plethora, good word, of bowling balls. I could throw solid, I could throw pearl, I could throw, pin up, I could throw pin down, but ball reaction was super important. So you could get to the pocket, but you got to be seen at the right way.
Yeah, like I was saying, I used that Paragon hybrid. I got to the pocket every single time.
I know, and it flat 10 every single time. Like I watched it, flat 10. Then I watched you throw the next one. That's pretty good. That's gonna be flat 10. I got to tell.
Well, that's why I was making minor adjustments, and I'm like, maybe I can force it.
You can tweak it just
right.
a hair.
Maybe I can force it to strike. And no, it just it flat 10 every time. So I was like, all right, forget it. I got to switch balls.
Yeah, the 3D offset seems to be the ball. I probably should have stuck with it because the quantum.
Well, Joey threw it at the end. Joey or Art? Somebody threw it at the end.
Which one?
Joey threw it at the end of the night.
The original or the super?
No, I'm sorry. The new one, the blue one.
Yeah, Joey was like, I should have used that because he had like 10
beautiful.
boards. Yeah. He actually, just a little quick shout out. He had, I think it was like 815, 1089 last week.
Oh, that's right. Thursday night. Yeah.
Yeah. He was, we went to the seminar. He learned about the new cover stocks with me. And we get the box in the car and in the truck, and I look over and I'm gonna say, so which one do you want? Because he went with me, so I'm like, what do you want? He's like, well, can we drill that attack? I'm like, yeah, we can drill. We got it at the seminar, we'll drill it for you. So we drilled it up. He's been using it, and he swears by it. He's like, dude, I can move 5 boards left, and I've got 5 more boards right, and I got 5 more boards left. He's like, my break point is unreal. He almost shot 300, 298, and he had the front 9 the next game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's lights out with it. So
Boatload.
yeah, and he threw that at the end of the night. It rolled really good, too. And I told him, you got to use that when the transition hits. It's a transition ball. But, yeah, really good night for him.
All right, before we get into our top
15
players of the PBA rankings here, what are you doing
did they hear
to prep?
that?
Probably. What are you doing to prep for this weekend? Anthony is headed to Rhode Island for.
You didn't tell me we were going to ask this question.
I know. For his 3rd regional. So this year,
We took the leap.
yeah, we jumped right into.
Kyle just signed up last night
I
for
did for
Binghamton.
I'm not going to Rhode Island. I got to work this weekend. I have to support my family, put food on the table.
Yep.
I'm doing the ones close to home. I did Kingpin. I did Buffalo, which is not close to home, but
it was the right time,
it was good timing. And then
right before nationals.
And then doing Binghamton in a few weeks, which is my son's birthday weekend. But
he would want you to bowl.
Yeah, sure. No,
have him come down. I'm sure he'd love it.
Oh, sure.
I'll be there.
So you're going to Rhode Island this weekend.
Yeah.
You're staying all 3 days. You're going to practice tournament on Saturday.
I don't want to make the cut.
What are you doing to prep? Remind us what the shot is.
I'm bowling on 43 feet Earl Anthony.
Okay.
A little bit tricky. Never bowled on it. I was going to bowl on it this week. It's been in the machine for 2 weeks. And I just been like, no, I don't want to get any preconceived notions.
That's a good idea.
Let me just go there and see what's going on. Because I knew we had some longer tournaments lined up on Wednesday nights. So I knew I could definitely play with some stuff. As you guys can tell, I've got 24 bowling balls over here. But I have more at home. But the issue is I injured my finger. So what am I doing to prep? Fixing everything that I think I'm going to throw or that I plan on bringing because my finger, I had a little issue with it before South Clemens Falls. I think we talked about it. I switched all my grips on my ring finger to fit my ring finger. It doesn't give me problems, but I ended up going to a bigger bit size because I kind of use some kind of weird vacuum grips. I don't use the full 1 32. I use an 1 1/16 because the 1 32 are just a little too big.
I agree. I don't think that's weird. I think
I use inches normally, but I can't anymore.
That do that, right?
I don't know. I typically recommend it unless you have vacuum grips. I try to go just a hair bit bigger because I still like the feel to it. So I've actually lost a little bit of feel going to an 1 1/16. But
you're saying you're weird because yours is slightly bigger than the inch.
Yeah,
I got you.
I was an inch, and then my middle finger grew during the summer, so I had to make that one bigger. And then turns out now the ring finger.
Why not just a bigger grip instead of a bigger hole?
Because I don't like to do that.
Okay.
It threw me off. I just like to have one. I use the same size in both fingers.
Oh.
So I was like, I don't want to use a bigger size of my ring finger than my middle because that just it messed with my mind. So we fixed those up. What else am I doing? So I fixed up some oldies but goodies, my Verge, my Magnitude 035 because they're kind of some different stuff. I have a bonus and an Intel special edition we fixed up today too. But what am I prepared for? I don't know. I was just working. I was working on spares.
Are you gonna use some different surface options? You're gonna bring some different surface options to utilize on longer patterns and play some different angles? Or
yeah. So I mean, my A game is straight.
Ish. I mean, you don't ever play straight, but yeah.
For me, it's straight. So we're gonna find bowling balls that work with that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I drill bowling balls for a reason. I don't drill bowling balls to move on the lane 20 boards. I want to play the same spot same part of lane every time I bowl. I know. Shoot me. Sue me, as Michael Scott would say. So I like to play the same part of lane. So I just want to kind of stay around the first arrow. You know, this pattern is kind of interesting because the stream is 35 mics. So you're not actually pumping out 50 mics. So a 50 mic stream on like a house shot will pump out this much per load. A 35 is only going to pump out this much. So I've never bowled on it, and I don't know how 35 mic stream will work. I don't even know if they have the machine to run a 35 mic stream. So
interesting.
There's another kind of thought there. I'm not thinking about it, but it just kind of popped up in my head. But preparing, I looked at the pattern just to see what the load structure is. I mean, there is quite a bit of oil out there. I've kind of tried to research it. I don't see a lot out there, but I heard Andrew Anderson bowls here. Andrew Anderson say he needs some tighter angles and some weaker equipment, stuff that still hooks but is less aggressive in the front part of the lane. So pearls, hybrids, and that's kind of stuff I already knew. just trying to get some insight on it. And I've been researching that a little bit. Haven't found anything really. In terms of surface, probably not going to use a whole heck of a lot. I might surface some of my normal stuff up, my Defender to 1,000. I'm probably going to put a purple hammer at 1,000, or purple reactive, I should say. I'll probably put my purple hammer at like 8 to 500 just because you don't not take it with you. I'll probably take 2 of those just because they probably won't look good, but got to bring them. I brought out some old stuff like a Verge. Rolls really good on the heavy stuff. It rolled really good last night. You liked it. It was just a little too... I thought it was whippy down lane, but it was definitely too early after I thought about it because it plaque 10 or plaque 7. Sorry, I talk like I'm a righty. I plaque 7 majority of the time. So I plan on using more pinned down stuff. I've got a bunch of stuff. I use kind of the same stuff over and over again. I've used Defender Hybrid. I've got 2 Quantum Evo Pearls, 1 pin up, 1 pin down, 2 3D offsets, 1 pin up, 1 pin down, 2 Melee Jab Carbons, pin up, pin down, 2 Knockout Black Blues, pin up, pin down. And that's kind of what I'll probably stick with. I'll bring some low diff, low RG stuff because that'll probably roll good. I've got an Intel SE pin up, got a magnitude 035 pin down, and a bonus with pin kind of halfway through my ring finger. So got a bunch of options kind of to see what's going on. I'll bring a few of everything in. I'm not going to bring them all in. Bring my benchmark stuff in like I bring every week for League here Wednesday night. See what we're doing, and I can probably tell what I'm going to use the next day. But I assume I'm going to use weaker layouts, 3D offset pin down, quantum pin down, maybe a melee jab and a knockout pin down because those balls are a little bit more boomy down lane for me. When I get to the pin up stuff, for me, it's a little bit more forward rolling, especially my knockout black blue is much different than my pin down one. So I'll probably opt for the pin down ones. But I do have a tall pin jab carbon that I'll go to. And, I'll test some stuff, but I'm not going in with anything then, hey, it's longer pattern. Typically, I fare better with weaker equipment and less surface.
Austin, did he leave anything out?
That's
basically all of the bowling balls.
Everything that's right here, actually. No, there is like a whole 2 bags that I'm not going to bring. I don't plan on bringing like all those balls. I'm going to probably go home and kind of take a look at what I have and just make some decisions because I don't want to overthink it.
Yeah.
But I want to bring stuff in case the surface of the lane.
I thought you were going to step it up, bring sticks, and be done with it.
No. I have already talked to myself, and I am going to condense it for sure. It's just I don't want to leave things home and I bowled this place before and say, hey, Janelle, can you drive 3 hours to bring me my freaking magnitude 035? I don't want to do that. So I'd rather bring everything or most of the stuff I think I'm going to use, and I want to narrow it down to like 12 at the max. Yeah. Because if there's a paddock, you can leave 3 bags in there. I don't want to bring out more than 2 bags at a time. So I am condensing. We went to South Glens Falls and Buffalo. You know how we did it. Yeah. But I just want to give myself some options when I get out there.
Good. Feeling good?
Game's
feeling good?
Game's okay.
That's it?
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna play with what I have. I'm not gonna overthink it. If I'm throwing it like dog crap, I'm gonna strike throwing it like dog crap. If I'm throwing it good, I'm gonna strike throwing it good. So
that's all that matters.
I might look down at this event.
What does that mean?
Like when I line up.
Like at your feet?
Yeah. I've been doing when I get on the stuff that I know I gotta be like last night, I look down. You guys could
only see Austin's face when he heard that news.
Yeah. Well, when I get to the longer stuff, like I feel like I kind of have to know how to make some adjustments because I can't get lost. But when I'm on the shorter stuff, yeah, when I get on the shorter stuff, just throw it. Like the game's not that hard. You just have to execute what you're doing. And honestly, you could ask Kyle. We've talked about it many times. Like I'll probably end up looking at 3, and I'll probably hit like 7.
Where were you throwing it last night?
Where was that? Dude, I don't even know.
I know where you were throwing it last night. To
be honest with you, I put my left foot on the Dan, I'll see you there, brother. Come say hi to me. We'll kick it. Last night I was standing on the last dot to the left. I don't know what that is. I just said that's where I'm going to start.
That's 10.
Sure. And then when I made a move, I stood a board to the left of that, and then I moved the board to the right of that.
What were you hitting?
Dude, I was just looking at like anywhere 3 to 6.
And what were you hitting?
I don't freaking
I'm gonna say 11.
I think I was hitting.
Yep.
I was
probably,
definitely
11 and 12. 11 or 12.
Down lane was I a little bit farther left? like 5-ish.
Oh, down lane,
Probably
sure.
around, like,
Of
7,
course. Yeah.
6.
Yeah, I think I've kind of noticed that. Like I look at 3 or 5. I think down lane I get there.
Yeah.
Like I know now. Like I know I'm not stupid. Like when people are like, where are you looking? I don't know, 3. Like I'll probably end up looking at 3 this weekend. I don't know what you guys want me to tell you, and I'm not gonna hit 3.
Oh man.
But
All
at
right.
least I'm not a guy who pretends I hit 3.
That's right.
Like when
You
I
hit
saw
12.
oh yeah, I'm at least like a +7.
All right. Well, good luck this weekend. I hope.
Do you want me to like FaceTime you while I play or something?
Yeah. I hope you cash again, and
I hope
hope
I
you win
cash.
it.
So we can watch it.
I have a good feeling about this one. I think
Good.
I got some strides. I'm gonna get my game plan.
You're 1 for
Stay in
2.
it.
I'm 0 for 2. So
I'm 1 for 2.
for cashing, that is.
Yep, I'm 1 for 2. And I should have made the match play last time. The last time
First time.
I cashed. Yeah, whatever. Last time I cashed. But I just got a good feeling about this one. Spare game's pretty good. We're bowling on 43 feet, and last night was kind of like an eye opener. I really feel like I'm on the right track. So
Plus 43, might be able to play a little straighter.
buddy, I don't play
Maybe.
straight.
Yeah, you know what I mean. All right. Before we get into it, let's get to our top 15 here. But before we do, don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. Catch us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and all that good stuff. All right. Oh, and check out the Etsy shop where you can get all of our sweet shirts, sweatshirts, and all that good
Lefty
stuff.
love, baby. Lefty
All right.
When's the
love.
last time we've actually all showed up with merch out?
All at once.
I will say
I'm
that
not even sure.
somebody was in the shop today, and they're like, "So are you left-handed?" I was like, "Yeah, man. How'd you know?"
Forgot what sweatshirt was on today.
I don't know. I wore this one.
Nice.
This is a tighter fitting one, so it makes me look like I'm a freaking lumberjack.
Yeah.
But I'm down with it.
Nice.
It's warm.
All right, let's get right to it.
I just
Austin, bring it up.
I just want you guys to know that I actually wrote stuff
Did his
down
homework.
this week.
He did his homework. So last week we did 25 through 15. Now let's get to our top 15. We are going to get our top 15 players for our player rankings here. And I'll start us off. So at number 14, I am starting off with Mr. Friend of the show, because we like to point out who our friends are. Our very first
We have
guest,
friends?
we can say it. Our very first guest, moving up 2 spots from where he finished in 16th last year.
Don't you think that's a little low for him?
I do think it's low. He
switched to 14
he's
pounds.
switching his the weight of his bowling balls. He had no wins last year. I don't know if
Shut your mouth right now.
I'm just saying, I don't know if he's struggling. I don't know what's going on. He whooped us at the regional in Glens Falls.
Dude, he's just
I know he's really good.
he's
Yeah,
sick.
well, he was a zip code lefty. Kyle.
I know.
Yeah,
I tried to get there and I couldn't. I moved a bunch
Dude
left.
started over there, and I'm like, hold on a second. We're playing on 39.
Wait a sec.
We're playing on 39 feet, and you're like playing in the left gutter. Well, he wasn't
Just
that far.
floating it.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
dude.
tried to get there and the ball just laughed at me.
He had some
Like,
sick ball motion.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, you didn't float it.
yeah.
I get it, but
You didn't float it.
sorry. I didn't float it.
He friggin' floated that thing.
Anyway, so I got Billy O at 14, moving up 2 spots from where he finished last year.
I got the good old lefty Francois Lavoie here.
French fry.
I
That's a
think-
big jump.
Yeah, he's moving to left-handed, and
Moving to left-handed.
Oh, is he? I
Make
missed
sure you-
that.
Can you put in an L in parentheses for me? I've seen it. We've been in constant talk on the TikTok.
Here we go again.
And he's going left-handed, and I think the left's walled. So.
Moving up from 37th, by the way. He finished
All right.
37th last year.
Listen, here's my thing. First of all, COVID, Canada, he was thrown off. All right.
Yeah.
I think that this year, his ball roll is good. He can do a lot of stuff with his ball roll.
Dude, he throws it like
yeah,
a magician.
yeah, he is. He's literally he's the Canadian magician. And I just feel like after the the U.S. Open, he won the Masters, the U.S. Open, whatever he won for $100,000.
Forget.
Yeah, you can take a year off. So this year he's back. He's been in the weight room, and I think I think he's gonna have a great year.
Wait,
I just feel like he's gonna have a
got
good
him
year.
Backstage waiting.
I just feel like he's gonna have a good year.
He definitely.
He's got the game to do it.
Dude, he certainly does.
Yeah. Sometimes the cookie just doesn't crumble, so you can't take away.
Last year, he was in 13 of 15 tournaments. He averaged 212.
Yeah.
Uh,
Listen, all he's got to do is float it a little more.
$30,000 last year. $30,000.
I don't listen. I don't look at numbers. You see what happened in baseball? It's so analytical now. Listen, I'm going by dude has
Moneyball.
Dude has literally no emotion.
I love it.
He is
I
a
think
robot.
That's the best part of his game.
He's a freaking robot. That doesn't bother him. He's gonna come in this year. He's gonna rock it. Yo, when you win, Frankie, hit me up. That's all cool kids
All
say.
right.
Austin.
I'm putting Jake Peters at 14.
I like that pick.
Peters.
I like that.
Big jump.
He's bound
Big
to
jump.
keep moving
Dude's
up
sick.
in the PBA.
But
Yeah.
where did he finish last year?
He was actually right around there. He was in like 14th.
Oh, is that high?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's really good. Yeah.
Silent killer then.
He might be
I
higher
don't
than
know how
that.
you
He's
have
pretty
him.
high up there.
No, I think he was like 17th,
20th?
16th.
Oh, there he's 18th.
There you go. Yeah,
18th.
not a big jump. He's a great player out of the West region. I'm pretty sure. Am I right?
All right.
West region.
Yeah, Nevada. Yep.
Nevada, good for
Henderson,
him.
Nevada.
You gonna go for the next one? You got the next one, or you want me to go?
Didn't Jake Peters win the sportsmanship award this year?
I don't know. Congratulations if you did.
I'm pretty sure.
Pay attention.
Something like
I don't know. It's sportsmanship award. I mean, come on. If you
13th,
who do you got?
Sean Rash.
Ooh,
Bum bum bum.
the tough guy, Sean Rash.
He gave Austin knuckles.
He did.
He did.
Austin
After
has
that
feelings in
performance
his
at
heart
Nationals,
for Sean Rash.
I
That's
moved
good.
him down, so I don't know.
Finished
I mean-
8th last year, and he only had 11 tournaments. He missed 4 tournaments last year.
Yeah, did he get like suspended or something?
I
or-
think injuries.
Was he
Was
forced to
last
miss
year
tournaments, or
this
was he only fined?
No, I thought he was forced miss tournament.
Might have
Oh,
been forced to
he
miss
had to miss 1 tournament. That's right, for his antics on the lanes.
Yeah.
That's right. But
Look at me correcting Kyle.
but still finished 8th after missing 4 tournaments, which is pretty darn high, if you
Yeah.
ask me.
Guy throws the pellet pretty good down the lane.
Yes, he do. Yes, he do.
I'm gonna go with the juggling master. Are you serious right now? Do neither of you know? Are you kidding me? Packy Hanneran? Dude juggles like a freaking juggler.
Really?
Yeah,
he juggles like a juggler.
He's like you know who I'm talking about. The juggling act.
Will
Do you believe in me, Phyllis?
Yeah.
Do you believe in me, Phyllis? What is his name? What's his name?
On the show.
Yeah, what's his name?
I
I can't remember it.
Don't worry about it. Don't ruin the show with forgetting
When
the
you
guy
think
in the
about it,
office.
let us know.
Yeah. Too many office
yeah.
jokes.
So I got Packy on there. I think that's like right around where he was last year. I feel like he's
I think that's exactly where he was.
yeah,
last
I
year.
think that's a good fit for him. He's still on the rise up. I just feel like he's you know, the TV shows seems like he does pretty well in. He makes them. I just think he's got to get over the hump there. He's got to get the win. Listen, Packy, I've never won, so seriously, don't take it from me. But you know, once he gets over that hump, I think the wins will just come more often, feel more natural. So he should be right around where he is. I think he'll be there again.
Yeah.
He's put on quite a show in the playoffs as well.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm
Or
saying.
not
Like
the playoffs, the
whatever he's been doing.
The league.
PBA league.
Yeah, like he's definitely right there. He's right there, and he's left-handed. Lefty love, baby. Lefty love. Oh,
What?
you're up.
Oh,
I said
yeah.
lefty love.
But he finished 13th and he made 13 out of 15 tournaments.
Yeah, like he's doing well. He's right there. Just has to take that one more step, and I think that he has the opportunity this year.
You guys might not like this, but I have in 13th Chris Vi.
Why wouldn't I like that?
Oh.
He's good.
Yeah, I thought
I had him at. Me and
you're right.
Ross
You
had him at
guys
15.
put him in 15th. I thought you guys were putting him higher, but sorry. No,
He was
I'm
pretty
dumb.
low. He wasn't even in the top 25 last year.
You're right. I bumped him up quite a bit.
Yeah. Why?
I just think that he's been performing pretty stellarly.
Have you been in talks with him on TikTok or Twitter or anything?
I will say he has a very
Snapchat.
He has a very regular approach for two-handed bowling.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I love his approach. I think it's
It's
awesome.
very well balanced.
Yeah,
for a two-handed
Belmo's-
bowler.
Yeah, Belmo's is really hard to recreate because like if you watch the
Skip
kids
step.
try to do it, kids are all over the
I
place.
wouldn't even say
Yeah.
that's a skip step.
It's
now.
power
like
step.
A side step.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got such.
Oh,
a good,
you're right. He does the side.
Belmo's
and then,
got
yeah.
that whole thing figured out.
Yeah.
I like Chris Vi's a little bit better. Obviously, he doesn't
Same
have the
with
success yet.
Troop too.
Yeah, I like those style kind of guys.
mix
and,
between classic and
Yeah.
two-handed.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like legitimately classic. Like their hips really don't open up much.
Right.
And they get the ball out where they need to get it. But yeah, I
Yep.
like that pick. He's a good pick. You get to go again.
I do. And in 12th, I have Jesper Svensson.
Wow, you got a lot of scribbles, buddy.
I do because I had to move. I was moving guys around. I was working it.
So you're taking the Iceman.
I am taking the Iceman at number 12.
Me and Austin had him at 16.
Yeah, I bumped him up a bit because where did he finish? He wasn't.
Right around the same
14th.
spot.
14th. Yeah. So
I think
bumped him up
Kyle
2
forgot him to
spots.
put him in the other list.
What's that?
That's why he's up here.
What do you mean?
Just making a joke.
Oh. So yeah, he was in 14th. So I bumped him up 2 spots. He just throws purple and
He doesn't throw purple. He's on Storm.
Oh, right. He throws urethane is what I meant.
He throws pitch black.
And
But he's got the Zen U now too. So
he just crushes it every single freaking time when he throws urethane.
He
That's
leaves
it.
some weird splits on TV.
when he throws resin, it's wild.
And I
don't know how
know
he
you
does
said that he's going to quit throwing urethane, but I think that's a bunch of nonsense from
Awesome.
one
That was
from
It
one
was a joke on
from
a
one
YouTube
YouTube video, and I think that's a bunch of nonsense. So I kept him in.
Well, I think I like that. Okay, my next pick, Rash.
Dropping him down big time.
Listen,
I
I
thought
just
he was out.
That's a big drop.
yeah, he was out of my top
25?
20. He was out of my top 25, but then I found some mistakes.
And that would just be it would
it wouldn't be
irresponsible.
It would be very
Pick.
bad. It would
Yeah.
be very
Yeah,
bad.
he might have lost sleep over it, so I had to put him in.
It would be quite
I
irresponsible.
think he stopped listening to you once he found out you threw nothing but purple.
I wasn't even me doing that. It was you guys. Okay.
All right.
These guys are
All right.
troublemakers.
Austin, number 12.
I got Jason Sterner.
Nice. Big, big,
Oh, he's
big,
bowling
big,
this weekend.
big guy. Is he going?
Yeah.
Good.
Should I show him the power rankings?
His game has done nothing but get better since you started seeing him make appearances on TV.
Yeah. He's also doing Bowl U too. Like I watch him on the instant grams. Dude's always like working on his game every day, working on ball layouts. He's always trying and doing different stuff. So pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's right around. I think I had him a little bit lower. I had him like 4 spots lower, but honestly, like 17 to 12, it's all mash. They're all really good. Actually, the top like 70 are really good.
Yeah.
Better than me. Who do you got next?
Packy.
Left-hander.
Oh yeah, I think he this year, next year, you're gonna see him move his way up to the top 10.
Wow, so that's your third left-hander. I didn't count mine. I only got like 1 in here. I'm not showing the lefties love.
Yeah, but you're gonna rattle them off in the top 5, right?
yeah,
Parker Bone, number 1.
1 through 5, all lefties.
I should have done that. I like that pick. Who am I? I got to go. Who did I just pick? Dash. Oh, yeah. I got good old lefty twisteroo, Jacob Butterf.
Oh, butter.
I think that's a little bit of a drop for him.
Big drop.
He was like 8th last year.
No, sir. He was like
He was 4th or
5th.
5th.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't read.
Let me
He
see.
was 8th.
He was 7th. Sorry, excuse me. He was 7th.
You guys make me seem like I don't pay attention, but I do.
It's still a 4-position drop.
Dude, I don't know. I don't. The power rankings, I don't know. Like
He's
4
on
spots-
Team USA. He's killing it out there right now.
Okay.
I'm just saying he's
I'm not saying
he's
that
getting
he's
some
not good.
He's getting some good competition in right now.
I'm not saying he's not
I
good.
will say 11th is still pretty good.
Yeah, like 11th is fine. I think when you see my top 10,
Okay.
you're gonna be
Because
like,
your mind might change, Kyle.
yeah,
All right.
your mind
All right.
might
Maybe
change.
you're right. Maybe you're right.
You're gonna see. You're gonna be like, whoa, your list is way better than mine.
Okay.
Who do you got, K-Dog?
All right. In 11th, I have TJ, Tommy Jones.
Now that's a
bold
sin.
move.
I did. I know you guys would hate me on this one because he was.
Because he's not an
in
effing
6th,
comer. Shut up.
And I do believe I know that he's got the experience and everything else, but he struggled a lot on.
What? He was on like 4 TV shows.
I know, but he couldn't close on TV last year, and I think that's a big deal.
Last time I checked, when you make TV show, it's pretty freaking good.
Still rated.
I know.
Okay, now let's look
Absolutely
at
right.
it.
But I think the thing is I think the age is going to catch up with him eventually. What is he? He's got.
Dude, he's like 40.
Yeah. You know what?
What's
And
wrong?
these guys are all 20.
Who?
All right.
None of the guys besides one guy in the top 5.
Well,
is
everybody
20.
everybody that I had to put above him are all going to be, except for Belmo, who's just unfreaking stoppable. They're all young kids, basically. So yeah, I had a lot of people that I had to move up. I just had no choice in the matter. There's nothing wrong with Tommy Jones. It's just I had no choice.
Well, let's see why. What's your number 10?
Number 10, Brad Miller.
That's a sin.
I like this move.
Why is that a sin?
There's
I
no
like this
way.
move.
I like Miller time.
I like
Don't
this
get me
move.
wrong. I love Miller time.
That
He works
wasn't-
hard in his game.
That
But
wasn't even a major improvement. That was a 2-position move.
But dude, no way. TJ is, first of all, Game Breaker 2 is back. Purple Reactive, Black Widow. Dude,
I don't
he's
think
set
the
for the
bowling
next 10
balls
years.
make the bowler.
Dude, Tommy Jones is in the Hall of Fame. He knows how to do it. He
That
made
would-
like 4
So
TV
what you're
shows
telling
last
me
year.
is that all the guys in the Hall of Fame are still on tour making millions of dollars.
No, but like, first of all, what player makes $1 million on tour? Was that a?
It took them 20 years, but they
Okay.
did it.
I'm just saying that Tommy Jones, he still got it, dude. I thought he bowled really good last year. And even on TV, he bowled really good. I just think that, sometimes a cookie doesn't crumble, like Anchorman said. So I think I just don't see that.
It was.
Let me make sure that I didn't do that.
Bruce Almighty. But
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't do that. I had to make sure I actually have them very close. But is it my turn now?
Anyway, Brad Miller has obviously been bowling very good.
He has been. I'm not going to say he hasn't.
And
Anthony's not gonna like where I put him.
he's going to do nothing but improve.
Agreed upon. I just don't think that
And
he
me and
beats
him
Tommy
took
Jones.
a lesson from
The same guy.
Mike Jasnow. No
And
big deal.
did you?
But so did everyone else on this list.
Did you?
So,
So you sticking with that?
no.
I will say, I will say, Anthony, you don't even have Brad Miller in your top 25.
Not yet. I don't. He's in my top 25. My number 10 guy is Jake Peters.
Anything to say about that?
I mean, I've been watching the D-Tang videos because I like to watch the regional stuff. I like to watch what he's throwing and stuff like that. Just seems like Jake Peters is always right there. And I think D-Tang's good too, but I just feel like Peters is just, he's coming up right now. I don't care how old he is. I think he's bowling really well right now, and I feel like he's going to be up there. He's going to even have a better year than last year.
All right.
I've been
Fair
on the phone with him too, so he's been in the weight room, and he's ready to go.
Good.
I'm telling you, I just feel like we're gonna have to save this and see who came where.
Why do you
I already
think?
suggested
Why do you think that we have the?
This is for dinner,
sheet.
big dog.
Yeah.
What? Well, I'm not worried because I'm gonna win. But all right,
Why do you think we have the sheet? We posted it to the socials.
good,
All right,
good.
all right.
Who do you got?
I got TJ at number 10.
Okay. Oh Jesus, you did it too. What is wrong with you guys?
We dropped him.
Almost
we dropped him
identical
big
reasons
time.
as Kyle.
Yeah.
I just think there's too many young talents coming up that are
See?
going to excel the next couple of years.
You know, Austin,
I-
give me a bump off.
I agree with you that they're going to excel, but the key few words that you said at the end of that sentence were in the next few years.
Mm.
It is not 2025 yet.
Yeah, but at the same time, when does Tommy Jones start falling off?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dude, look at Norm Duke. Did he ever fall off?
Norm Duke has a totally different game.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just saying. I'm just throwing that in there.
That argument, though, Norm Duke did fall off. Did he have his shining moments where he would show up and make the finals and
One
maybe
tournament
win a
out of 10,
TV
yeah.
show? Right, exactly. But he
Okay.
finished in the top 40.
We'll see what happens.
Although
Duke
towards his
was
last couple of years-
17 this year.
True. But
Thank you.
Point
Point in case. Done.
in case. Game set match.
That's what the lawyers say.
All right,
Who's your next guy?
I got Butters at 9.
We are officially into the top 10 here, folks.
We were in the top 10.
Butters.
weeks ago.
Okay.
9th dropping. Wow.
Well, I mean, he's left-handed. You guys are leftists.
Two of you
I
guys.
think I have the
You
most lefties
dropped
in the list.
you dropped the lefty to outside the top 10.
So,
And you're mad at him.
dude, I don't even have a lefty in the top 10 besides myself.
I agree with that, but I put a lefty in the top 10.
I think he's probably one of the best lefties. I think Packy's right next to him. I don't really see a difference between the two.
Somehow, whatever he does to that ridiculous claw that he has, I don't like. just
He just stays
it's
under the ball.
unbelievable what happens. Yeah, I don't know what that is,
It's pretty cool.
but
He can make it twirl.
yeah, and the two-handers can't touch him. Like
He throws purple hammer.
I understand, but there's a purple hammer two-handers too. But yeah, he is unstoppable for a lefty, and but I think he's definitely the top lefty for sure.
Miller time.
Ooh.
I gave him a bump.
Big
Okay.
Big bump.
I gave him a decent bump. So I had him higher than you guys did, right?
You did. You do.
You did
Oh
good.
no, Austin still has him up on the board. I had him higher than Kyle. I feel like, yeah, you're right. He is on the up and up, but Tommy Jones still isn't off my board yet. So that's all I'm going to say. I feel like he's on the up and up, though. I think he's been working on it. He's even said his trouble is moving in. I'm pretty sure because he comes up off the ball, right?
A lot of his other troubles was his mind.
Right. And so he's still I'm sure he's working through his mind stuff because he knows, but also, when moving left, you've on the PBA tour, you have to move left.
Yeah.
So I think he definitely does well at what he does. So hopefully he picked up his game a little bit to move him up. I just don't think he's, I think he's got the ability to go farther up. I just don't think he's there just yet. I'm sure.
When's he gonna do it? Yeah.
When's exactly. And, sometimes that takes a little bit of time, especially when you got to move zones like that. So we'll see what happens with him. But number 9, I feel like is comfortable in a good place for him right now. He's not as powerful as the top 5 players.
You're absolutely. That is.
And that's the other
Of course,
thing.
correct.
Yeah.
Not even close to as powerful as.
I should
the top
even
5
say
players.
the top 8 players, actually.
All right, Kyle.
Agreed.
Who do you have wrongly at number 9?
Thank you, because his is the worst.
Sean Rash, number 9.
That's a drop down for him. That's like one spot.
One spot down.
That's not bad.
That's not a bad one.
No.
Can't be mad at that one.
I feel like I look at your guys and I say, there's some people you're missing, but
Why are you peeking at his sheet?
Yeah, but mine's already written out too. I printed it out quick. Who do you got next?
In number 8, Kyle Troop.
Okay, so that's the first Kyle Troop sighting.
That is bump up.
Word is he
But
shaved
only
his hair.
He did not shave his hair. He's just not picking it out.
Okay,
He's
so
kind of doing like almost like a slick back.
okay,
Comb over type thing.
Yeah.
does that make him lose
horrible.
power?
I think it does.
I
Like
don't
that?
think so.
Like if you have a mustache like Dick
It may
Allen,
make him lose mojo on TV shows.
That's what I'm saying. I think it ruins everything.
do you think it ever bothers him? Like he can feel his hair moving. Like maybe that's why he's slicking it
Probably
back
not.
now.
Well, so
Like you can feel the wind go
but
through your hair.
when he,
Does it topple him over?
I think it absolutely you can feel it. I think absolutely you can feel it. I think when like he bowls in the tournament, I don't think he has the fro going.
No, I've talked to him actually. Remember, I asked him, "Hey man, how the
Top tier.
yeah?" And everyone was like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
you asked Kyle Troop about his hair?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, like he's a normal
He's a
guy."
dude that puts his pants on.
Yeah, and I was like, "Dude,
2 feet.
so
at
how
a
do you
time.
do that?" He
No
just
way.
2
he
feet at a
literally
time.
was like, "I just pick it out."
He jumps into them.
That's right. I was like, "All right, it's cool." And he was like, "Yeah, man, thanks for asking." I was like, "All right, man, cool. See you later." That was literally.
He bowled here with his hair down, right?
I think it was a little. I mean, I don't think it was not slick back.
Quasi-froed? Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah, but it
as
was
big
just
as a
not.
fro.
It wasn't froed out.
It was just kind of normal fro.
Yeah. Anyway,
All that fro talk.
hair slicked back. But he's been bowling really good the last couple of years. And he's gotten a lot of attention, and I think things are just looking
He's a very good player.
up and up for him. So number 8, Kyle Troop.
Who's number 7?
You're up.
So number 7. No, you're up. Number 8.
Oh, I am up.
Yeah.
TJ. Tommy Jones. Now, rightfully so, he could be a little higher, but I'm going to pick the guy above him is literally the same player, just younger. And they're literally interchangeable in my opinion. I think they're right around the same spot. I think Tommy Jones edges them out if they're anything else. But
You mean
I know what
you're in on your list or on the
On my list.
PBA list?
on my list
Okay.
coming up, he's interchangeable with the next guy.
Okay.
And they
I
both,
know who you're talking about.
yeah, they literally I feel like they have the same role. So, when I get there, I'll say it. What do you got, Austin? What do you got?
I got Brad Miller at 8.
Okay, that's cool. So he's actually took a stepping stone each. So when Kyle at 10, me at 9, you at 8. So we all see him right around this.
I think he's gonna get there this year.
You think this is his
he's
year?
gonna have a good year.
I think he's definitely gonna have a good year because 8's really good,
Do you think
or 9's really
that?
good too.
See, I'm already projecting that Kyle's going to be struggling, right?
Don't project.
I know.
You have him on your list.
Yeah, that's why I put him down at 25.
I don't have him on my list.
You took him right out of the top 25.
He's not playing right now.
All right, but anyway, let's say that he doesn't have his buddy, or his buddy's struggling. Do you think that could have an impact on his mental game?
Which one, Kyle or Brad?
On Brad's mental game, do you think Kyle's struggle, if he does struggle,
No.
because
I
are
don't
they
think-
that
I don't-
close? Do you
no,
think
I
they
don't think so.
separate enough?
No, they are that close, I feel like. But
But I don't think that,
Brad's not like that, I don't feel like. I don't feel like if Kyle's having a rough time, I feel like he's just gonna kind of like take himself out of the equation and let Kyle kind of work himself through it.
You also got to remember, most of the time when they're bowling, they're thinking of two things: the tournament and filming.
Yeah.
That's all they're thinking.
Well, they don't film anymore, I don't think.
They still have to think about filming.
Yeah, well, I get it, but
it's still their
no.
content.
I don't think they do it. I'm
No,
pretty
they
sure
don't
they have
film
a guy that
themselves. They have a cameraman.
Yeah.
but you still have to constantly be thinking about.
I
what you're
get
putting
that,
out
which is
there.
also
You have to take your breaks to talk to the camera and let everyone know what's going on. Like,
understood.
trust me, I don't think they're sitting there like, man, I'm so down. Help me out.
Oh, I understand that. I'm just saying, like,
Do you think if he bowls bad, it would affect him? No, I don't think so. That's
okay.
I think they separate enough.
Or just having
I don't think
like,
there's
yeah,
any telepathy there.
not that, but I just mean like, yeah. Do you
Their
think?
conversations
Yeah,
and
exactly.
He's
yeah.
pulling his feeling. He's like,
Yeah.
oh man, Kyle's having a bad day, man. Now I'm feeling.
Do you think
bad.
either
What
of
do I
them
do?
affect each other?
I mean,
in
I'm sure they
ways?
feed off the highs, but
I think they're generally pretty positive
Yeah.
about everything.
we'll have to see what happens. I think Brad's a little older, right?
I
Yes.
think a little bit. Yep.
Like not older, but like a little older. So I feel
He's closer to. I know he's in his 30s. He's closer to my age.
I think he's more like he knows how to get himself. Like if there's things aren't going right, he's probably gonna just take himself out of the situation. Not travel with him or anything, but just take like in a tournament setting, he'll be able to handle himself and pull himself aside. I don't think he'd be
you do
focusing on
see
him.
at the end of tournaments a lot of times it's only one of them recording.
Yeah,
Like
They're
it
kinda
does seem like
off.
they give each other like, hey, you bowled bad. Don't worry about.
yeah. Take your
filming the
space,
soundtrack.
right? I
Yeah.
do
You
see.
got it.
I have noticed that too. So I think they'll be fine with that.
All right, Austin, number 7.
Hold on, my phone locked. I got AJ Johnson 7.
AJ Johnson, number 7. I think this is where we're going to see a lot of similarities here because I don't.
The
I don't think the top
especially the top 5.
top
False.
5 is real. Okay.
I have somebody in here who I think you
Got
guys
a
are like, what are you?
sleeper, huh?
and I don't think there's going to be a lot
Maybe
of
they do.
discrepancies. So anyway, AJ Johnson obviously has been bowling.
I also have him there too. I feel like
Yeah.
he's interchangeable with Tommy
I
Jones.
knew that's who you
Dude,
wanted.
they bowl very similar. I feel like I don't know their characteristics of their personalities.
Yeah.
They're both super fiery competitors.
Yep.
They seem like they're very both strong on the bottom of it.
Yep.
And they kind of have that weird kind of like that finish where they kind of
they're
finish-
they're bent at the
Yeah.
waist.
yes,
Well, and at the knee, but they're
Yeah.
very bent at the waist.
they're very strong on the bottom.
Very
They
strong
really
in
hit
the
up on
hand.
it hard.
Yep.
I feel like they're literally interchangeable. You could probably flip those two around or flip them whatever way you want. And you're gonna be really close.
And Kyle, number 7, has AJ Johnson.
Okay, so
Wow.
I think he's definitely good player.
I mean, AJ, you got to be number 7 now.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice.
Who do you have for number 6?
Number 6, Butters, which
I think he's too
is
high.
I believe it's right close to where he
It was where he was. Yeah.
finished. He was 7, so I bumped him up.
I just feel like the PBA is trying to throw the lefties out.
Oh please.
I don't get it.
Well, I mean, you got these big power players that are phenoms that are
They don't give
personalities.
they don't
you
give
know?
lefties a chance.
If
It's just
lefties,
First off,
maybe they could
whoa.
make the show.
Packy Hanner Han is a freaking juggling machine, dude.
He could come out at the beginning of the tournament or at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, he could. He could do the bowling pins too, probably.
Ooh, little pin toss.
Yeah, little pin
Nice.
toss.
Yeah,
I always loved watching Rhino Page.
he was all right, but he never really did much.
Are we at number
little
6
bit.
now?
We are number 6.
I got a little throw ball.
Troopy.
I think that he's gonna have a good year. I don't think Austin has him up yet.
Throws it good. Oh,
Wow, we are
and
very
Anthony
close.
Kyle Troopy.
I just feel like that's his rightful spot. I feel like he could be number 1. I feel like anybody from 6 up could really be number
It's
1.
coin toss.
because they're all so great.
It's all just preference at this point.
Yeah,
Except for when Jason Belmonte has 5 wins.
I don't think I don't even think he's number 1. I got somebody else at
Okay.
number 1.
All right.
So
Well,
I'm not gonna give my spoilers. Yet.
let's go.
Go ahead.
Go
I
ahead.
do have Kyle Troop at 6.
Here we go. Top 5. Let's run this out.
Number 5. Don Barrett.
Tom Barrett dropping down to 5 from 4 to 5.
Okay. Oh, we're on number 5 already?
Yeah, top 5. Here we go. Top
This is
5.
where my spoiler comes in.
Tom Barrett had 2 wins last year. Averaged 222.
Guy can play.
And he made all
Dude,
15 tournaments.
When he gets close,
He's
lights
good.
out.
Yeah, he's really good. I'm actually
He throws it good.
I don't have him in this spot, so I'm sorry to inform you because we've been kind of together for a while.
Like a spot or
No, he's in my spot, but he's not in this spot.
oh, okay. Oh,
Because
you
me and
meant-
Austin have been
you
pretty
were saying
we're-
sorry to Austin
Yeah.
for not having the same list.
right. I'm actually gonna
An
go
idiot.
with Billy O.
Billy, big jump.
Yeah,
Big jump for Billy.
14 is gonna be good
Wow.
for him.
14 is the secret sauce. is
I don't
what
know
you're
if it's
saying.
secret, but
Did you know he crossed with him?
I crossed it. See, you guys bring it up every week. It's not me. I feel like 5 is good for him because 1, I think he's still really good. He's probably got my favorite game to watch still. I like the way he comes off the ball. He throws it really well.
Probably because it's so similar to mine.
No. And I feel like, you know what? I'm not really worried about the 14-pound jump. I just think maybe he had some stuff going on. I think he's going to bowl well this year.
Good.
We've been in
good.
talks too.
Good.
He's in the gym.
So my 5th pick, Don Barrett. Awesome. Sorry. Which was a
Really?
top one position drop.
Really good call by you two, but I think you're both missing the boat. You guys got Billy O too low.
It could be possible.
Let's
It
see.
could be possible.
I think having a big change. Maybe that's not a big change, a pound drop, but
The
We'll
reason
see.
he's going to 14 is to move into the lane better.
I
So
know
I
we
feel like,
talked about it. But
I think
was he using 14 in a kingpin? You know,
I think he was because he was
Interesting.
still using it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to drill
Better than
15
that.
and 14.
I gotta try one.
Because his ball motion was pretty sick that day. Like I was
Yeah.
like, how the heck is his ball now 14? Maybe that's what it was. Because he said when the rev rate is so much higher on tour, he's got to get left. It's not his A game, so he's trying to find out how to combat it. And if that's it, he's going to be right back to the
I'd
top.
be trying it in the regionals too.
Dude, I gotta try one.
Okay.
All right, number 4. This is where we get the big guys. Chris Prather, Superman.
Oh no,
You didn't put him in?
I forgot.
Oh my god.
Well, Anthony lost.
Oh my, he forgot
Crap.
Christopher Prather.
There's just so many
Prather.
people.
You got time to make an on-the-fly adjustment.
Not
Yeah, but
really.
how do you take somebody out of the top 5?
I can't really take. I got to split at first.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about
So yeah, Chris Prather is obviously, he throws it unbelievable.
that. Best touch on tour.
I wonder if I agree with you, but like it's
You don't have
it's
to.
Did you
quite.
say
but
I
it's
wonder
just-
if I agree with
Yeah,
you?
it's,
Just has the
I'm trying to
best
think
touch
about
on
it. It's really good.
Brother, he's playing the same line.
Yeah, just
Don't matter. And when he's got to get right,
Move
he
left
just
and hit it
plays
harder.
yeah. He just moves left and just rolls the crap out of it.
So I'm screwed because
You're out. You're just
I
out.
mean, I think
Yeah.
we're gonna do like,
Chris, do
percentage of correct.
Chris, do not take offense to
But
this.
that's a
I love
one
your-
position move up.
I like your Strike Force sponsorship or your Strike King. We're both fishermen. It's cool. I'm sorry I missed your name on here because I can't read.
He didn't
Um,
see the. He didn't see.
Is
the
this all
photo
because of?
Instas.
Is this all because of your ridiculous pick too,
No,
or is this a fake?
No, he's got that.
Oh.
slot.
no,
that's-
I actually,
all right, that's
that
a-
spot share.
I made a mistake. No, that is not.
All
the
right.
mistake.
Well, anyway,
John Barrett's my 4.
this is a massive error on your behalf. Massive error.
We'll see if he gets by with it. It's not a massive error for.
It's
Billy
a
O's number
mistake.
5.
It's a mistake.
We do need to figure out how we're going to. I guess
It's gonna be percentage. Whoever gets the most right.
I think I'm gonna message Chris and just say, listen,
We're
I know we were
bound-
talking.
You got to think about it. Someone's bound to hit one of these.
I'm really sorry that I misread and skipped your name over. So
Also, I agree. with
Misread.
Brandon
can I do a 4.5
All right.
or like a 3.5 spot?
And what's your number 3?
now. Number 3. Man, a lot of people are gonna hate me for this. Belmo.
Wow.
Wow, really? Nice.
Wow.
Pencil him for me too.
Whoa. Explain both of yourselves.
What do I have to explain?
I mean, you can-
older.
You can
All the
only-
young guys
you
are
can
better.
only be
Like-
dominant for that long.
Nah, I think the top 3 are really close. Belmo's super
I
good.
mean, there's so many people out there that are learning the lanes the way he sees them,
But can they play him that way? No.
they're clearly not as accurate.
There
in
might
some-
be
in
one
some
guy,
senses.
2 guys who are above him that can play the lane the right way.
And that's the 2 guys above.
I don't feel like Belmo. Yeah, I think we've actually got probably the top 2 are probably very similar. I don't feel like Belmo. Yeah, he could be number 1, but in this case,
He's still going to.
I
be
think
in the
there's
top
something
3
better.
for the next 5 years of his life, probably.
yeah, he's a stellar
Yeah,
player. He's an
at least,
absolute
yeah.
stellar player. This is no knock on him. I'm sure he'll sleep great at night. I'm just gonna keep saying that because I forgot
I'm going
to
to
say
take a
that.
guess, Kyle. I'm going to take a guess at your number 3. I've not looked at your sheet.
Go.
Simo.
You're exactly right.
And
You're
that's
exactly
where we differ.
Yeah, but for my explanation is, so he finished second last year. My explanation is that his head is completely gone sideways, and maybe he's always been this way, a head case. And listen, I'm a head case, but like he's blaming everything but himself. Everything
I will
is
say-
the lane's fault. Everything is the pin spotter's fault. Nothing is his fault when it comes to how he's doing on the lanes, at least on TV.
He's like 22.
He
so.
owns a bowling alley now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard all
He's
that.
like 22 or 23, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll outgrow it.
Right. Maybe he will.
Well, the
Maybe
thing
he
is, you
will,
got to
but-
remember,
He's
went
23 and
from-
he's at the
he went
top of the
from
game.
winning a ton to kind of struggling. That's got to be frustrating.
Yeah, number
for
3
a
is
young
tough.
kid, you know.
Well, actually, yeah, he's very young because he started when he was like 18 or
Yeah.
17 or 18.
Yeah,
he
so
went right
he's-
out. So
He's literally
Yeah.
been, he's super young. So
Yeah.
I get what you're
That's tough.
saying.
The past couple
But-
years have been the first couple years he's really seen struggle.
You can't
Right.
count it strongly.
It's not
He's still
even-
top
yeah,
3 in the
right.
world.
yeah, it's not even
basically.
struggle, but he like didn't win everything, right? So
But I'm
like,
saying,
yeah.
like on TV, like he struggled.
Yeah, he did struggle on
last season
TV.
Yeah.
He did. He definitely did, and I'll agree with you there. But you know what? That's what doesn't kill you make you stronger. I think Kelly Clarkson said that.
But anyway, I'm dropping him all the way from second to third.
So who do you have for number
Can't
2?
believe
then?
it.
Number 2, EJ.
I think we all have EJ there. Austin?
Nope.
Okay, well, I have EJ Tackett at number 2.
I know Kyle's got Belmo at 1.
It has to be like there's no other choice.
I have EJ Tackett there. He's really good. I don't know what you want me to say.
He's the only one. He's like literally the only one that matches Belmo's rev rate, right? Like
No, Jesper has a higher rev rate.
I
Does he?
think
Belmo's
I
rev
think-
rate isn't the
Listen,
highest, I don't think.
I think
His is
EJ
actually
Tackett-
lower than most people's.
I
Like
think EJ
two-handers now.
Tackett gets his head together this year.
you think
He's
so?
gonna win some tournaments on TV.
I don't think his head's wrong. I just think that he just has some bad breaks in there.
He definitely has some bad breaks.
He led the PBA average.
Yeah, but
like,
he-
he's stupid good.
He also, I mean, I don't know if he's admitted it or if they just say it on TV, but he kind of has a Chris Barnes TV record where it's like he gets there and can't finish, but he's
Yeah.
obviously really good.
He's another one
He's
that
got like
leaves a lot of
560
those-
revs. He's
He
ridiculous.
leaves a lot of those odd splits that are tough to make, especially on TV.
Well, he's also playing those super ridiculous angles too.
I do have a split at number 1. Can we allow it?
Only for television, but you have to actually make your pick.
but only one of them make it.
What did you rate
Yeah.
right there?
I'm assuming you got Belmo and
No,
Slash.
Belmo's our number 3.
No, you have to.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, you
that's
have to
right.
make your real pick, and then you can make your joke split.
It's not a joke. Anyways,
Only
so
one counts for the points.
my number 1 would be Simo.
Wow, I wholeheartedly disagree.
That's fine. I don't
He
care.
doesn't have the mental game for it. I'm sorry.
He's 23.
Okay, but he doesn't have the mental game to
He's number 3 as it
actually
is.
compete as a number 1 bowler.
Dude, it's been a whole summer. Maybe he like took growth hormone or something. I don't know. Maybe he's more mature now. I don't know.
if that would help.
I don't think it's possible.
I'm just saying his game is the best, and I'm sorry to tell you all that he's number 1.
His physical game, it does not compare to somebody like Belmo or EJ.
I'm not looking at physical game.
You just said his game is the best.
his
I don't know,
game
his-
is the best.
He did throw the most shots. in
Did
the
you
strike
see
zone
him
he
at
got.
like that one event where nobody could strike and he like shot like 780 for 3?
No, I did not see him at that one event.
I don't know what event that is. His physical game might not be the prettiest, but his game as a whole is ridiculously good. It's
all the top 3.
yeah, they're really good.
Exactly.
I just feel like Simon's a little better. But my real number one is Matt Ogle because he has a sick
Your
basketball.
real number one. The real number one that you are picking to go into this for who buys dinner
Those guys are interchangeable.
is
So
Matt
we're
Ogle.
we're gonna Simos his pick.
Yeah.
We'll give him a chance here.
Matt Ogle has a really Matt Ogle has a sick bass boat, and I just had to point it out. It's sweet.
Have you DM'd him yet to ask if he wants to go fishing?
No,
Yeah,
I
what the
really
heck,
should.
dude?
I'd love to go fishing with him. We'd have a blast. We won't even talk ball. We'll just talk
Did
how
you
to
even
fish.
send him the picture of the bass boat to pull up here?
Nope.
Come on, dude. All right.
So your number one's going to be Belbo.
It has to be. Even if he gets half the amount of wins.
How many wins did he have last year?
5.
So 2.5. How do you win 2.5, Kyle? What's he going to win, a doubles title?
Could. If he doesn't skip it again to have his own tournament down in Australia. And take our PBA players with him.
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
Hey.
He took Kyle and Kyle Troop and somebody else, and then Danielle McEwen.
Oh, to that
and-
Tasmanian thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great, except that when you're taking some of the top tier players and the attention away from a breast cancer awareness tournament here in the States. Anyway,
Oh, yeah,
I'm not
that's
angry
right.
about it or anything.
I just,
Hey, I think all of our viewers should vote on who they think's going to win at the end of the season.
Oh, good idea. Who's got the best list?
Yeah, I forgot Prather,
have
so-
to put the list up to-
You're automatically out of this just because you forgot Prather.
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I just I
maybe,
made it.
maybe out of the ones that picked it right, we'll put them in a drawing for something.
Oh, good
So
idea.
it,
Good idea.
yeah.
Austin, you got the. Why don't you run our social media page?
Too much work.
Kyle uses my name.
Yep. All right. Well, good job, guys. I think by far it's going to be either me or Austin that wins because Anthony forgot Chris Prather.
It's going to be me.
So, congratulations. You automatically lose.
To be fair, I did.
Not only that, he's got Billy O.
Oh my goodness. No offense, Billy, but man, that's a tough pick, dude.
Well, I just replaced Prather with Bill O, I guess.
You can't just pick. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
They're interchangeable. I made a mistake, and next time I actually
Going
like.
back, I will say the
I-
first 10 we did was completely unplanned, off the hip.
Yeah.
Me?
And then no, for all of us. And then the top 15
Where he actually did
we
his
show up-
homework.
we show up. Kyle had done his homework, and he's like, "No, I told you guys."
Well, no, I printed it out, and I was going through before the show. I had like 30 minutes, and I saw Chris Prather, but I must have seen it, but my eyes didn't comprehend it.
Wow.
You know
All
what I'm
right,
saying?
guys. Well, it is time for us to go bowling. Thanks for tuning in.
Chris, I'm sorry.
We will post this list on our social media pages, and you guys can vote for who will have the correct
The most correct.
top 25 points list, which we'll not know until
Next season.
the end of this season, which is like June this year. That doesn't end until like June.
I'm really sorry if I didn't pick anybody and I hurt their feelings. Just remember that I have no idea what I'm talking about, and I forgot Chris Prather.
Kind of hurt.
All right. Well,
Forgot Chris Prather.
once again, thanks for tuning in. It is time for us to go bowling. Let's see here. You can catch us every week here on YouTube. But if you can't watch live on YouTube, you can download on your favorite podcast outlet. You can also catch us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. What else do I have to say? Oh, email us at downlanepod@gmail.com.
Make sure to visit our Etsy shop.
Check out our Etsy shop. You can get sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, all that good stuff. What else am I forgetting?
Thank you to my family.
Hey, thanks to Scaccia here at Town and Country Lanes, the proprietor. Thank you to Austin VanBuren, the producer. Another great show. Thank you to Anthony for hanging out with us every week.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about my list right now.
Real upset about it.
I don't know how I forgot him.
I do.
He's a nice guy.
Remember, you're brainless every week.
That's true.
Thank you to my family, Stephanie, Zach, and Ethan.
And Jim Bread.
We'll see you guys next week. This is Down Lane Podcast.